Hey, what's up everybody? Stammer to the 5 here, bringing you guys a new pickups video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, huh? Since it's been a while since I've done one of these, won't even waste any time. Just go ahead and dive right on into the games I got for the month of December. First, I'm going to be starting off with Pandemonium 2 on the original PlayStation. If you guys saw one of my pickups videos from a while back, I think it was like last year at this point, something like that, I picked up the first Pandemonium and played a little bit of that stuff to beat the first one, but from what little bit I played of it, it was pretty fun. So I was like, you know what, I want to try to see if I can go ahead and get the sequel. I feel like the Pandemonium 2 is a little bit harder to find than the first Pandemonium, but luckily I was able to get it. So now whenever I play through and beat Pandemonium 1, I can start up with this one at some point. Nikki is a tough and sexy spell-slinging sorceress. Fargus is a pyromaniacal goofball. His partner Sid is a viper-tongued puppet on a stick turned boomerang. Together they wreak pandemonium. Explore huge, bizarre levels of hallucinogenic alien landscapes. Hijack a giant mechanical robot for a 3D flying joyride. New moves, edge and rope climbing. Swinging on monkey bars. Fresh power-ups, deadly fireballs, devastating lightning, and the dreaded Sid Orang attack. Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. I looked up some gameplay, a little bit of gameplay this a while back, and that's when I decided I wanted to put this on the list too if I could ever get the first Pandemonium. I like how they aged the characters up in the sequel too, because in the first game, Nikki and Fargus, they look like teenagers or something like this. In this one, they're much older now since in the sequel, which that's pretty cool if they age them up like that. I like the disc. It's like this pink, such a trippy disc. I miss when some games would go all out with discs like this. It just this has a very trippy kind of psychedelic kind of vibe going on with this. I can see this looks pretty good. I'll be sure to play test and make sure everything works like it usually do. There go my boy Gex right there. If a brand new Gex game were to come out, that'd be really cool. We've rebuilt him, made him stronger, faster. We have the technology. Yeah, a new Gex game would be lit if they came out with a new one. I'm gonna flip through some of the pages of this. What's this? What is this? Dude, yo, someone left passwords in here. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, I got the thing where someone had left their written down passwords and wrote down the passwords and left them in the note in the instruction book. That's cool. Okay, so it seems like it looks like they're level select codes or passwords. They made like a little thing for them on the front. That's cool. That's what I like. That's one thing I like about buying older games. You never know what you may or may not find in something. I remember there was some other game I bought. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it had where someone wrote down some codes for it, and I opened it and had the codes in the manual. I thought that was pretty cool. Remember when games used to do this? Y'all remember when games had we could put in codes to unlock stuff or get, ahead in levels and all that stuff? And nowadays you gotta pay extra for all that. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. Hopefully the lighting is good enough in case anyone wanted to read through some of this. Not necessarily have like the best, most professional lighting in this room at the moment. I'm gonna spend a whole bunch of time looking through these. I got some other games I want to show that I got, but I'm just do a little quick flip through. You know, there's a little insert mail-in thing right there. Her idol is Tina Turner. I don't even know why, but it's funny though. It's gonna, you know, it's kind of skim through the booklet fairly quickly. But yeah, once I now that I have this, whenever I play through and beat the first Pandemonium, I can start and go directly to the sequel if I wanted to. You know, the person that owned this before, I appreciate them not writing the notes in the book itself and like instead just making these separate little note things to put in here. I appreciate that because I kind of hate writing in like the books, even like the manuals I have. I never wrote in the notes. I just like, you know, printed out something and just kept a piece of paper somewhere where the game was at or something like that. So I really appreciate the notes. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Open up a manual, find notes. Don't get that anymore these days. Don't even get manuals anymore these days. Alright, next up, another PS1 game that I got, finally was able to add to the collection was Fear Effect. I've been wanting this for a while. It's a multi-disc game. It's a fixed camera angle, somewhat like a Resident Evil style game. Has a really cool looking cel shaded art style for it. I've been wanting to add this game to the collection for a while. With gameplay I've seen, though, it looks sick. I know there's a sequel called Fear Effect 2, so you know, whenever I play through this, or you know, at some point, I would like to pick up Fear Effect 2, especially if I enjoy this one a lot. You know, rather get it sooner than later, just in case the freaking prices go up, because you know how game prices be going wild these days. Freaking coronavirus and whatnot. I have to move the manual. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, and there's disc 2. And there's disc 3. I really like these discs. I like the artwork on this. Tell you, the artwork on discs for games nowadays just doesn't hit the same way. Oh Lord, Fighting Force 2. I heard that game was trash. I mean, for what gameplay I've seen with Fighting Force 2 didn't look all that interesting anyway, but yeah, I miss old school disc art when, you know, they would put stuff like this on. It was cool. There's the booklet. All these games I got were in like fantastic shape, which I'm really appreciative of. That's awesome. Always really appreciate it extra whenever I can get a game in really good condition like that. God, that cursor might be, the writing might be a little difficult to see on camera, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, this game looks pretty cool. Like I said, it's a Resident Evil camera angles and tank controls kind of game. with a really cool looking cell shaded art style. And as I stated before, I really enjoy cell shading as an art style. I'm just gonna go through these pages really quickly because I don't want to be here all day. I don't want to keep y'all here all day. Just but yeah, the pages in the manual are in excellent condition. The game itself is in excellent condition. Everything for a lot of these games, like I said, were in really good condition. Which, you know, like I said, I'm really appreciative of that. That's always good. Yeah, it's gonna do is a quick scan through the manual. There's also kind of like that like remake or whatever of Fear Effect called Fear Effect Sedna, I believe is what it is. It's kind of like it doesn't play the exact same way as this one. That one's more like a isometric tactical kind of game. I'm not sure if I would be into that. I don't really play games of that nature like that, so I don't know if I would necessarily be into that particular version of Fear Effect, but I've been wanting to play the original Fear Effect for a while. So, you know, I've decided to try to get this game sooner rather than later, you know, just in case the price skyrockets or something like that. I'm glad that Fear Effect said it didn't make the prices for these games shoot up too much, so hopefully I can get Fear Effect 2 at some point, you know, before that becomes outlandishly expensive. I also know about that third Fear Effect game that they were gonna make called was it Fear Effect Inferno or something like that. It was gonna be on like the PlayStation 2, but it wound up getting canceled at some point for whatever reason, and that was the last of Fear Effect for a while until that remake one came out. Like, I don't even remember when it came out. It came out a couple years ago. But I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but I still want to play like the OG Fear Effect. This is the one I've always wanted to try out. And another reason why this game is 4 discs is because the backgrounds aren't still static images like they are in Resident Evil. All the Resident Evil games on the PS1 had static still background images. The background images in this game are all FMV, meaning they're actually moving the entire time. There's some form of animation going on, and as the backgrounds, which is pretty neat. I think this might have been the first game to do it like that. IDOS hint line. So that's why this game is 4 discs, which is pretty cool. I think this might have been. I've been meaning to do research on that, but I think this might be the very first cell shaded video game. I'll have to do some research about that. As much as I say I like cell shading, I should know these things. But yeah, one of these days I'm gonna do research on, like, you know, what was the first video game to use cell shading and whatnot. I think it might maybe be this game, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, on to the next game. Alright, now it's time to slide into the PS2 side of the pickups video, starting off with Space Channel 5 Special Edition. I have to remove these stickers eventually. I just didn't feel like removing them right now, but yeah, I got Space Channel 5 Special Edition. I've actually never played Space Channel 5 before. I've always heard of it. Like, I know this, pretty sure it's originated on the Dreamcast. Now, I've played a little bit of Dreamcast in my life. I've never, like, owned a Dreamcast. I wouldn't mind owning a Dreamcast, you know, as long as prices don't get abnormally expensive or anything like that. I wouldn't mind owning a Dreamcast. There's some cool looking games on there, but this is one that, you know, I've seen before that looks pretty cool. And I have Ooh La La, the main character. It's a rhythm game. I don't really play a whole bunch of rhythm games, but I heard this one was pretty good and it looked fun too, so I thought I'd give it a try. hopefully I can play it, because I've always heard stories about how much of a nightmare it is to play rhythm games from older consoles on HD TVs, because the refresh rate is so fast on HD TVs. It makes playing rhythm games a nightmare, because it throws off the rhythm and the pacing. So hopefully I can play this. Hopefully it doesn't affect this game, since it's a PS2 game, too much. But if it does, we still have a CRT TV, so I could, if I really need to, I could just hook it up to that and play it on that. But so it's not a total loss if I can't play this on my HD TV. And what's cool about Space Channel 5, or the special edition, is, if I remember correctly, I believe this has the original Space Channel 5 on it, plus I think it's Space Channel 5 2, or whatever second Space Channel 5 game that I think it only got released in Japan. I don't think the second Space Channel 5 got a US release outside Japan until this special edition came out. So you get 2 Space Channel 5 games there, because it comes with two discs, so that's cool. Next PS2 game is one I've had my eye on for quite some time, and that's this game called Urban Reign. It's like this urban styled street brawler beat 'em up type of game. It looks really neat. It looks sick, honestly, from what I've seen. I mean, look at this. Look at this. That man is getting folded. That man is getting destroyed right there. Welcome to the neighborhood. Oh yeah, and yeah, it's from the people that made Tekken and Soul Calibur. And actually, because of that, it also features Paul Phoenix and Law in this game as unlockable characters. I've known about that for a while, which I thought that was pretty cool. Matter of fact, there's the thing for it right there. It's freaking lighting. Tekken's toughest step up. Special appearances by Namco fighting icons Paul Phoenix and Martial Law. And yeah, there they are. Yeah, if you've not seen gameplay of this game, I'd encourage you to look up gameplay of it. This game looks really cool. Like, the moves and fighting and all that stuff, this game looks really awesome. I've been wanting this game for a while before, just in case it got like ridiculously expensive or anything, so I'm glad I finally have it. There's another game that's somewhat like this too. It's also another modern type of street brawler beat 'em up game called Beat Down Fist of Vengeance. That's another one that's on my list I would like to own and play one of these days. So I'm glad I got this one. Now it's got to get Fist of Vengeance, and then I have both of these beat 'em up type of games that I've had on my list for a while. And lastly, in the PS2 slot of the video is a Total Overdose: A Gunslinger's Tale in Mexico. I remember seeing videos of this game when well, not videos, but I remember seeing stuff about this game when it came out, especially on like G4. If anyone ever heard of the channel, remember the channel called the G4. I remember this game being on G4 at some point. I think it was on that show called Cheat. But I thought the game looked pretty cool, and I've always wanted to play it since then, but I just never got around to actually buying it until now. as old as the game is and as long as it's been out. But hey, you know what? Better late than never. And it comes with a bonus disc inside, which I actually didn't know it did. I've never seen it say it comes with a bonus disc, so that's interesting. Yeah, the moves and stuff you can do in this game are freaking crazy. So I always thought it looked cool, so I'm like, I really would like to play this one of these days. Now I finally own it, now I just gotta get around to playing it one of these days still, so that hopefully that part will come sooner rather than later. I also know this game had a PSP version called Chili Con Carnage. I don't know if that was like I think that was just a version of this game just ported to the PSP, but I remember seeing that as well. A bonus DVD with an exclusive first look at Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend, including never before seen gameplay footage and developer interviews. So that's pretty cool that they included that with that. I didn't know that this came with that. And I've already played Tomb Raider Legend through that HD trilogy on the PS3, but it's still pretty cool. Oh man, look at how Deadline Games made this. They're the exact same developers that I talked about in my previous video that I uploaded about the canceled games. They were the ones to work on that Faith in the 45 game that got canceled. So they made this. Matter of fact, I remember seeing they were also going to make a sequel to this. Total Overdose was going to get a sequel, but that got canceled too. So that sucks. They didn't get to make the sequel to this. They didn't get to make a Faith in the 45. That's rough, man. That's so unfortunate. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen my previous video about canceled games that I wish got released, you know, one of these developers' games is on that list. So check that out if you haven't watched it by now. Alright, the final slot is these last two PS3 games, one of which being Knight's Contract. This is a fairly early PS3 game, I think. Not early because it doesn't have PS3 on the side, but I feel like it's a fairly early. I'm not entirely sure exactly when this game came out. I don't remember seeing it when it first came out. This game is a little hard to find, or at least the PS3 version though. Like I would look before and just trying to find like a good condition of this game for the PS3 version. It seems a little more difficult than you would think. I don't think the game is like extremely rare or anything like that. It's just maybe it's just a little bit harder to find, or maybe it's just where, you know, the stock is where I am or something. I don't know, but I don't remember ever hearing about this game before. It was one of these games where, like, when I was doing research of like what games I would like to add to my collection, one that I came across and thought it looked pretty cool. So I said I wanted to get it, so I added it on the list and wanted to try it out. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. This one is sealed as well. Like these past other games have been showing, they've all been sealed, so I haven't opened them to look through it yet. I'll open them whenever I get around to playing it, which, like I said, hopefully it will be sooner rather than later. But you know, at least I have the games. At least that's what I'm focused on right now, is at least owning the games. So that way, by the time I am ready to play them, I don't have to, like, you know, go looking for them or run the risk of one of them just like jumping up in price and becoming unobtainable for me to be able to buy because it's too much. Or rather, at least just already own the game right now, so that way, you know, I'll already have it. So that'll be great. And the final game of the video, that another one I've had my eye on for the longest time, is Killer is Dead. I finally freaking got it. I've been talking about wanting to get this game for a minute, and I finally have it. I've always wanted to get the it's like the special edition or limited edition of something. I just realized it's not labeled on here what, like, you know, that is a special edition, but everywhere I see this game listed, it's always called the special edition or the limited edition, one of those. But I just realized it doesn't actually say that on the box. But either way, this is another Grasshopper manufacturer game, or in other words, another game made by Suda51, which I really love his games, and I love the art style he uses, because he uses like a variation of this stylized cell shading in a lot of his games. So plus I just love how it's like wacky his games. I want to play more of his games. I still want to play like Killer 7. I'm hoping they'll put that on like PS4, or at this point PS5, I guess, or something like that at some point, because I've wanted to play Killer 7 ever since I found out about it on like back on like the PS2 and GameCube, where it was originally released on back in the day. And this is what the special edition includes an 80-page hardcover art book, a soundtrack CD, and bonus DLC content. Bonus DLC content contains the following items: Gigolo glasses, alternate costumes for Vivian and Mika, a bonus Gigolo mission with Betty, and an additional episode with the vampiric Sebastian. Yeah, this is one I've been wanting to play for a while. Like I said, you know, I really would like to play a lot of Suda's other games. The ones I've played so far are Killer Shadows of the Damned and Lollipop Chainsaw, and I would definitely recommend playing both of those. Those are both great games. My personal favorite game I've played of his so far is Lollipop Chainsaw. You know, I still gotta play through this and, you know, Killer 7 and some of his other games, like it's like a visual novel type of game. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'll probably post it on the screen if I remember. Oh yeah, the Silver Case, that's what it was called. That was like one of the first games he worked on, I think, was the Silver Case. It's a visual novel type game, so it's a lot of reading, but I'll give it a shot though. I really like, you know, his games and stuff, but you know, I've been wanting to add this to the collection and play this for a really long time, so I'm happy I finally have Killer is Dead. I can't wait to get into this and play it at some point. Just like, you know, pretty much all these other games I got. Just gotta find the time for it. Alright, so those are pretty much my pickups I got for the month of December. Quite a lot of games that, you know, I'm really happy I finally have in my collection that I've been wanting to add for quite a while, you know, just before the freaking prices go. Because like I said before, the prices on these games is getting pretty freaking wild these days. So I'm just trying to, like, you know, acquire whatever I can while I can before, you know, games start costing freaking $200 out of the blue, which some of them are tragic. But yeah, that's pretty much my video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a Happy New Year. Hope freaking 2021 will be better than this trash behind year 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I hope you guys had a good Christmas. Have a good New Year. Hope you guys got everything you all wanted for Christmas yourselves. I'm Slam out there 5 and I'm out. Please don't forget to leave a rating, comment, and subscribe. Peace.